Hello out there. Oh, let me fix this. I see Is that Raven Room? You've never been here before, guys. The internet, the hotel Wi-Fi is like super crappy. So I apologize if this craps out or anything. I'm going off of what I can. I see Bear. I see Raven Room making it to the first stream. Hello, it's so good to like interact with you in real time. I had some quick trailer thoughts. I want to get them out there right now. You can see my overlay is like super crappy. I apologize. This is just what we're gonna get today. I'm really excited about it. I'm gonna watch chat over here, so I'm gonna try to interact with you guys best as I can. The playback's gonna be really crappy too. I'm sorry. I really like it's Saturday here. Oh man, well tell me how the Galaxy Edge panel is, because you're gonna get it for me if it's Saturday. Sorry, I'm too tired to make good jokes. Right off the bat, I really like that we hear Rey breathing on what I am presuming is Jakku, because that's how the Force Awakens trailer starts. We get Finn freaking out, hyperventilating on Jakku. And this is really important here. I don't know if you can hear it.
We've passed on all we know.
We've passed on all we know. I really want to know what that means. I want to know if we've passed on all we know is just a colloquial, like Luke speaking with like a royal we for all of the Jedi, or if this is actually audio from a scene with multiple Force ghosts. That's obviously Mark Hamill, presuming Luke is a Force ghost. But is this a we've passed on all we know because of the books? Is this a we've passed on all we know because he's speaking for the Jedi? Or is this audio actually coming from a scene where we could hear multiple Force ghosts? Also, I apologize if I'm making some observations here other people have made. I haven't been online all day. Obviously, we have the Legacy Saber. 1,000 generations living in you now. That's, again, where I think it could be thinking more colloquially, or not colloquially, but like more royal we type. I really like this shot. This shot reminds me a lot of some shots we get in Solo, a Star Wars story. I think that's really cool. Here comes the TIE fighter.
This is your fight.
And then this got me. Every generation has a legend. So those of you who are familiar with the Phantom Menace trailers, the very first I think it was the first Phantom Menace trailer. If not, it's one of the Phantom Menace trailers. Has every generation has a legend. Every journey has a first step. Every saga has a beginning. And they're playing on this here. They're using that same text, which was really, really cool. Again, I'm presuming this is Jakku. I don't know why they would come up with a third desert planet. It could be Tatooine. I would lean more to Jakku just because it's J.J. Abrams. Here we have a TIE fighter, lightsaber. I think a couple things are interesting here. One, presumably Kylo's hands. But Professor Jango actually pointed this out to me. As the TIE fighter comes in, it's not shooting at her, which is interesting. So either he's actually trying to run her over, or there's something going on here, either some kind of training or some kind of game of chicken, or there's something going on where he's not shooting at her, especially because she turns her back on him. She's running, so maybe she's turning to run, but there's just a lot of interesting things here if this is like actually a fight that's going on. She's got a really cool look. This move is one of the best things I've ever seen in my life. I love this flip so much. And if we can actually go back, Steve! Hey Steve, how's it going? Welcome in as we talk about this amazing trailer. I want to get a look at, this looks like Kylo's TIE silencer, although it's redone, so I don't know if he just got a new ship or what. But again, I would presume it's Kylo, because I don't know who else would be flying a TIE fighter and like looking for Rey. But it's all decked out in some red now. You conveniently cannot see what's inside the cockpit super well. But I love this move. Like, this is so good. This Christmas, some Bespin music. This planet's really interesting. This kind of like triple-decker city. Sorry, my throat is so dry. I'm wondering if this is a different place, or if this is one of the other planets we see elsewise in the trailer, just at night. This ship. I'm trying to get a look at it. It almost looks like an A-Wing, but I don't think it is. It looks like it's bigger. This stuff here with Kylo is really interesting. Sorry, you guys get to look at this over and over and over again. I want to know why it's so red. Like, I want to know, is this a planet with red things? Like, is the air red? Is there something going on that has changed the atmosphere? Is this a flashback and it's stylized to be a flashback? We see Kylo fighting without his helmet, which is going to be relevant here in a minute. He is taking down somebody, and I can't really tell from that armor what exactly that is, who that is. He's not a lightsaber wielding person, but he's fighting with stormtroopers. So whoever it is an enemy of the First Order. Here he's clearly still fighting with the bad guys. Here he's fixing his mask. This is something that had gotten leaked a while back, and I unfortunately heard about it. But as it turns out, is a thing that is true. He is fixing his mask. This has been something of a huge point of debate in Star Wars Twitter, especially Reylo Twitter, as to whether or not him putting on his mask is him reverting back to the dark side, a sign that he's going to go darker, or what. I personally choose to see him donning his mask again is kind of what Han and Leia said about themselves. They hit this point of crisis, and so they went back to what they know. I think him putting the helmet back on is less of him committing to the dark side and more him hiding in it. Yeah. Getting caught up. But I really like this kind of fixed look. This is just cool. Our boys. By the way, if you guys haven't had a chance to watch the panel yet, it is on StarWars.com's YouTube channel. These two, Isaac and John, were so cheeky about the Storm Pilot ships, which I appreciated and I thought was pretty good. This is pretty cool. What's interesting, Finn has some sort of staff here. I don't know if it is Rey's staff, like they're looking for Rey, or if he just also has a staff. Clearly, time has passed. They have not really said how much time has passed. There was an interview a while back that said John Boyega said it was a year, and then John Boyega has since come out and said, I don't remember doing this interview. Now, whether or not he did it, or not, whether or not it's a year or not, we don't know. He is fixing to infiltrate my images, in my opinion, I believe. Yeah, you could see. Who could see? You mean like Kylo's trying to infiltrate back into the First Order? I'm watching this on a little bit of a delay, so I might not know what you're talking about. I'm really tired, guys. So you gotta like really dumb down the conversation for me today. But they again are just kind of scouting around on this planet. Here's the new droid friend for BB-8 that was talked about at the panel. And here we go. Here's Bear's favorite part. There's Lando. Now, there's a couple of really interesting things here. One, how is Lando flying the Millennium Falcon? It is in the possession of the Resistance at the end of The Last Jedi. I really like that Lando is wearing his outfit from Solo: A Star Wars Story, basically. So I like it hearkening back to that. So I'm really excited to see how he gets the Falcon, how he comes in the story. I'm wondering if they find him at that planet that had the 3 levels, maybe, because that looked like the kind of swanky joint that Lando would be hanging out in. Hyperspace saga has come to an end. So this is really cool. Alex of Star Wars Explained and Molly, they were doing a trailer breakdown live on the Star Wars show stage. I didn't get to stand and watch it, but I heard parts of it. And when they were doing the breakdown, they noticed that this is stormtroopers. So here, whatever they're doing on Jakku, they're getting hit by stormtroopers. And it looks like they're on a jetpack, or they have jetpacks. And then here, they're on some sort of skiff, presumably getting away. What kind of ship was that? Hold on. Again, that looks like whatever ship was going to the triple-decker planet. I'm not really good with my ships to know which kind. That appears to be Han's medal from A New Hope. And then here, this is really interesting. So there were some images that I'm sure are all over the internet that came up in the panel. They are on our Discord as well if you want to join our Discord. But, sorry guys, this planet, there's more images of it. I'm wondering if this planet, I've had a long-standing theory that Batuu from Galaxy's Edge is going to be in Episode 9. I don't know that for a fact. It might not be, it doesn't have to be. But this planet looks Batu-y, if there's going to be a planet that's Batu. Secondly, this shot of them hugging, which is one of the things that made me cry. We know that what they're doing with Leia is they're repurposing scenes from The Force Awakens, but obviously this planet didn't exist in Force Awakens. So I think what they've done is taken the scenes with Carrie and presumably Carrie and Rey, and they have left Carrie Fisher alone, but they have carved them out of whatever scene they're in and have put them in this new setting, which was going to solve my question of how are they going to go back to the same base we saw them in The Force Awakens. So that's my theory, is that they're using Carrie Fisher and her performance, but they're cutting her out to put her in other things. We'll always be with you. Why won't you pause? There we go. Again, if you look at the stuff from the panel, the new character who joined them on the panel, there's some speculation that she could be Lando's daughter, mostly because they're wearing almost the exact same outfit, only she's wearing the female version. They find her on some sort of grass planet, if you look at that image, so I'm wondering if this won't be the same planet. And then this, some sort of water source and what looks like the Death Star. So there's a couple of things that could be going on here. One, this could be one of the planets nearby where one of the Death Stars was destroyed. That looks more like the first Death Star than the second, just because I don't know, this area here looks complete on it to me. So it could just be that space junk has floated and crashed somewhere. As some of you know, who've been joining me for my Aftermath series, pieces of the Death Star were actually harvested up and given to the survivors of Alderaan to make a ship or a space base or something like that. So it's also possible that this is something similar to that this is pieces of the Death Star that have been purposely moved somewhere. It should also be noted that I think it's in Catalyst, but it might have been in Tarkin. We learned that the Confederacy of Independent Systems was also building a prototype Death Star. So this could be one of those as well. I don't know what world this is because it has water, but like I said, it could be just simply a different part of one of the worlds where the Death Star has been. And then, of course, the big part.
No one's ever really gone.
So good. So if you watched the panel on live streaming, what happened was when this trailer was done, the lights came up, the cast was gone, which I thought was interesting. I thought it was interesting that they made JJ and Kathleen and all the cast go away before the trailer, but I didn't really think much of it. And then it turns out it's because the lights went back up and the only person on stage was Ian McDiarmid, and all he did was talk in a Palpatine voice and say, "Roll it" again. It was really good, and then they played it again, and it was amazing. So Palpatine being back. The fact that Palpatine is in the teaser makes me think that he's going to be a major part. This is not like a Yoda cameo in The Last Jedi. I think he's going to be the primary problem in the movie, and it's going to become apparent very early, otherwise you wouldn't put it in a teaser. Maybe theatric, but you wouldn't put it in a teaser like this. So I think it's going to become a big deal. The question is it Palpatine? Anytime you deal with Palpatine, we could be talking about clones of Palpatine, so it might not even be Palpatine. It could be a ghost of Palpatine, although they've been pretty adamant in new canon that Darksiders cannot manifest themselves as ghosts in the same way that we've seen Jedi do. That it's very much a Force purist. Yoda a problem? Oh, are we having a stream problem? Hold on. Okay, I don't know what was the last thing you guys saw. Sorry, I'm on hotel Wi-Fi and it crapped out on me. What was the last thing you guys saw? Oh, it crapped out again. showing you all my secret stuff. I don't know why I'm typing on my phone when I could be typing right here. Okay, so I'll just keep talking. So like I said with Palpatine, it could always be clones, which would be interesting. It could be a Force ghost, but they've been pretty adamant in new canon that also hello Blue. No, you didn't miss anything. The stream crapped out, that's all. It could be a Force ghost. They've been pretty adamant that Darksiders don't get Force ghosts in the same way Lightsiders get. But it could be that his spirit is like imbued in the Death Star or something like that. That is a possibility. Hey, John Barry, welcome. So I think there's a couple of different options there. I think we'll know more going forward. I don't think they necessarily want to talk about that. This is a theory. Palpatine coming back is a theory I've been pretty adamant is not going to happen, and clearly I'm wrong about that. And it's also a theory that makes it. It's also an idea. Frankly, this makes me nervous. I trust J.J. Abrams, and the footage in the trailer looks so good, and the way the panel worked was so masterful. I'm going to be a believer, and I'm going to just hang on and see what happens. But this is something that if you had asked me 3 weeks ago, I would have told you would never be a thing, and I would have been nervous about. So we're going to see about that. Now let's get to the title itself. I've been saying for a long time that the title better be good for making us wait this long. Like there better be a reason that we're waiting this long to see the title. And I get it with this title. If I had heard this title in January, again, I would have been like, this is crap. This is a crap title. I don't feel that way having seen the trailer. Like seeing footage to go with it, I feel better about it. But there's some very interesting things. So it sort of fits the pattern of Revenge of the Sith and Return of the Jedi, except for if it really fit that, it would be Rise of the Skywalker, not the Rise of the Skywalker. So there's something different here in the title, and it makes me wonder if Skywalker, because like the first thought is for me, Ben's gonna get redeemed and he's gonna be the Skywalker that rises. Second thought is, are they going backwards and are they going to make Rey a Skywalker, which I just don't see happening. But those are the two first thoughts, or I guess first and second thought. But my thought is because it's worded differently like this, that maybe Skywalker isn't a person. That it could be a couple different things. One, Starkiller Base. Starkiller is the name of Luke Skywalker. He was Luke Starkiller in one of the original drafts of Star Wars. So it could be that he, it could be like maybe Palpatine has made a thing, and the first thing was called Starkiller, and now he's named something the Skywalker after the Skywalkers, and then it's also possible that maybe it's an order. We've been talking a lot about, is there going to be a new Jedi Order? Is there going to be a new kind of Fourth Order? And maybe instead of having Jedi and Sith, maybe we have Skywalkers. And it's a way to kind of like keep Skywalkers in the canon once Skywalkers are kind of out of the canon. Steve says, it makes you think there's more than one Skywalker. It's also possible that it's that way. I just think it's interesting that it's the Rise of Skywalker and not Rise of the Skywalker. And that's, again, what you're talking about with the plural, because obviously Jedi and Sith can be singular or plural. But I just think it's an interesting title. JPD says maybe the Sith and Jedi will be done. Yep, that's what I was saying. I think that's a distinct possibility. I think the title itself is not what it seems. I think that whatever it means, I really think that the title is going to be something. And I think that's why they've been so cheeky about the title. Hopefully the stream actually gets to get saved because I've been putting all this copyrighted music in it. And then of course I'm watching this from StarWars.com's page, so this is all the stuff that's recommended. But that's kind of my thoughts on this. I'm gonna hop over here. Thank you for dealing with me in my like super low-key thing. What else we got here? Maybe Blue says training some Padawans. Listen up, you Skywalker. Exactly. JP says, I also think that Rey and Anakin are siblings, so don't trust my opinion. You have some odd opinions. That's true. I'm gonna call it here because my voice is going. My dinner's here. I want to eat. And I'm super tired, but I wanted a chance to talk with you guys and kind of give you my thoughts. This is like the third time I've watched the trailer since this morning. So I watched it on, we were watching it from the Star Wars show stage. They played it twice, and then I didn't watch it all day, and then I watched it twice, and I did the stream. So I might be missing some things. I haven't really talked to anybody, so if I'm saying things that people have already disproven or whatever, I apologize. Yep, Blue, I'm gonna go eat. But thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for following all of the coverage. I'm gonna have a vlog about today up tomorrow morning again. So I've just had to do those on a delay. But thank you so much for hanging out, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.